Are you trying to learn a handstand despite your maximum effort you're putting into it every single training session? You still cannot hold it even for a second? If so, then stick around, because today I'm gonna show you what you need to learn a handstand, then rookie mistakes you are most likely doing, and then an actual way how to learn it. And surprisingly, it's not gonna be by doing a handstand twice, but more on that in a second, so keep watching. As we know, a handstand is one of those calisthenics moves for which you need absolutely nothing, but there's some optional choices you can make. I highly suggest you to buy pallets, wooden ones. It doesn't really matter, you can create for yourself DIY. You will find yourself having an easier time doing handstand with these pallets than trying it on the floor, especially if you don't have wrists made out of steel, and also the balance will be a lot harder than on the pallets. Depends person from person, but I would say vast majority will be a lot stronger on pallets. So buy them. It's like 10 bucks, I would say, 15 bucks. And that's pretty much everything. A lot of effort, yeah, that's another thing. A lot of nerves, I would say, because it's gonna be quite like difficult journey. But it's not impossible, it's not impossible. Now let's cover the ultimate mistake when it comes to learning a handstand, which is exactly doing this. You understand? You would say that in order to do a handstand, you should be training the handstand as much as possible, as I did right now. But that's the ultimate mistake. Never try to learn a handstand like this just by going for a kick up. Never do it. Handstand is not a power move. You don't need a lot of strength for it. I would say like 5 to 10 push-ups, but maybe even if you are not able to do push-up, because of your weight being nicely stacked in line. In the best scenario, if you're doing a banana handstand, then it won't be nicely stacked, and it would be actually a little bit more difficult. So simply to learn a handstand, you don't really need to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. It'll turn itself into a power move the second you will mess up the balance. Why? Well, because if you will bend your arms, then you are falling down, and if you, at the beginning of your journey, if you will start to lose your balance and you will bend your arms, just exit. And sometimes it's better to just jump down from the handstand and trying it and losing additional strength you could actually put into training and learning the balance more and more. Alright, let's stop messing around and let's jump into the first and the only exercise you will actually need to learn a handstand, which will be a handstand hold. Let's jump into it, okay. But the place where we will do a handstand hold is crucial when it comes to this training method. The correct training method. Okay, you can see anything. You have to find yourself a pole, some metal rod, some wall. Maybe in the best case you can try to learn a handstand in a hallway where you have two walls, in front and behind. In my case, I will use this. Okay, I will stop it. Handstand is a balance move, so you need to understand a handstand before you will even try to kick up into it, man. Just by randomly kicking up. The handstand consists from kind of like two exercises. From the actual handstand hold and from kick up. And how you wanna hold something, how you wanna kick up into something, you cannot even hold. And so learning the balance, understanding the balance will be the first step here. And so that's why we're gonna do handstand against the wall. Drop your ego, it's nothing bad, I did it also. And if I would have done it way earlier, I would learn actually the handstand way earlier. So, I also did this rookie mistake of randomly jumping into it, walking. I actually learned walking in the handstand faster than just actually holding it. I remember just flexing in front of friends that I can walk in handstand, but I couldn't hold it really. Maybe after walking a couple of steps. Of course, before doing any kind of handstand session, training, warm up your wrists especially and shoulders, basically your whole upper body. Just typical high school stuff, nothing really extraordinary. Shoulder circles, wrist circles. You can find millions and millions of tutorials, warm-ups, routines. So warm up yourself. Yeah. The handstand can be dangerous. I never really injured myself except for falling from it. So, I never really injured myself while doing the handstand, just by if I was dumbass and I exited the handstand like a total dumbass also. So that's why I injured myself, but it's pretty safe move. It's easy to say when you have strength to do it. So we're gonna place our pallets or hands. Even if you don't have pallets, you can learn it even without them. It will be just a little bit less comfortable. You will place them approximately this far away from the wall. Not too far away, because then you will kick up into it and you will be like expecting it already to hit the wall with legs and you will basically panic, So not too far away, 20 centimeters or maybe even close, a little bit close away from the wall, shoulder width apart. Don't do handstand with wide grip, man. We are just learning handstand. An exercise you can do before going for the actual handstand is called pike hold. This is how it looks like. By doing this exercise, you will build a little bit of strength and you will prepare also your wrists, every single muscle in your upper body. This seems like it's doing nothing when I try it, and you will see that it's doing a lot. I believe at first you will have a lot of fear of kicking up into a handstand. The thing you can do is to kick up progressively more and more. I'm very curious how the audio will sound like this. So first kick up, like this. Second, a little bit more. You know, you will do a couple of these and then you will actually go for it. And you are in handstand. Don't bend your elbows, because as soon as you will bend them, it's gonna become a strength move and you really don't want that. Don't panic, breathe, just like enjoy spending time in it, what? And that's the first step. Pretty simple, pretty simple. As soon as you will be able to comfortably do 10 to 15 seconds of this hold against the wall, you can jump into the second step, which is gonna be understanding the balance. You know, it's not just standing, man, still and not balancing. You gotta actively balance. You are also balancing on your legs, but you don't really like mind it, because those adjustments are really micro adjustments, which is the same thing even in the handstand. If you fall over, you press with your fingers, but you have to not really like sleep. And so if you like pass the point where it will be afterwards not balanceable, then just like drop it, you know? It's pointless. Sometimes it's pointless to try to save it. Bend those fingers on the ground and really press with them. And as you guessed it, if you will fall the opposite way, you will stop pressing with your fingers and just go on your palms. It's the same thing, you know, even on the legs. On the other hand, on the pallets, the balance is the same, but you are not pressing with your fingers. You are just twisting your wrists. So if you are falling forward, you will twist your wrist like this, forward. If you are falling the opposite way, backwards, you know. It will be not that big of adjustment, you know. If you do big adjustments, then you will wiggle yourself and you will fall more likely. So micro adjustments and all the time. Of course, there are multiple methods how to balance a handstand. Wrists, 99% of the time you will balance the handstand by just wrists. Then of course elbows, but as soon as you will bend your elbows, handstand becomes a strength move, so you really don't want that if you're not strong enough. And then of course shoulders, you can just lean forward, lean backward. Hips, of course bending knees, and then lastly a little bit you can affect the balance by pointing out your toes. Okay, now the second step, you will go again against the wall. You know, again against the wall. To change things up a little bit, I will represent this on the floor by pushing with my fingers and not pushing with my fingers. Let's go into the handstand. Okay, we are in the handstand. Straighten up your legs, and now check out what will happen if I push with my fingers. And now logically, if I won't do it, I will stay on the wall. Try this to really overdo it, to really understand it. This leads us to step 3. In this step, I will show you my method I would recommend to every single person trying to learn a handstand. But I will go back on the pallets because my wrists are hurting already. I didn't warm up. Or like I'm not really used to doing handstand on the ground. Alright, so step 3. Straighten up your legs, put one leg away from the wall and try to connect second leg with it. And you can do just like these small balance sessions, like segments. You know, you see my legs? And this way you will spend much more time in handstand balancing. You know. This is kind of like workout already. It's morning, so I don't have energy, man. Sorry, guys. If I shake a little bit, then it's because of that. Here you see the major difference when it comes to just trying randomly to kick up into a handstand and holding it for 0.000 seconds. And this, man, here you will not balance it like the whole time, but you will actually accumulate more seconds and you will understand faster the balance. You know, and you will hold it back on the wall. Again, you are balancing it back on the wall. One more time. Check it out. I'm balancing it. Bam! I lost the balance and I will regain it this way. maybe I'd say that once you will understand, once you will feel like you're understanding the balance, then you can move on to step 4, the last step, which is the kick up, the famous kick up everyone's doing right away. That's why they will never learn the handstand. As I said, handstand is kind of like 2 exercises, kick up and handstand hold. And so now we will learn how to properly kick up into the handstand, which could be also taken like an art. And I see people doing the same mistakes again and again, man, and they will never learn how to kick up into handstand properly or like efficiently. The first mistake when it comes to kicking up into handstand is starting the kick up way like somewhere behind, man. I don't know like why people are starting to kick up like they're about to start running when 100 meters. What the hell? Why would you do a kick up like this? Never do it like that, man. Never. Don't be a dumbass, man. Yeah. The reason why this way of kicking up into handstand is bad, you have to kick up a lot more, and it will just basically mess up your balance. You have to be a balance master. I can try it. You have to kick up more, and you have to also lean forward while you are kicking up. Bro, never do it like that, man. Never. And so to correct this mistake, you will lean on top of those pellets or your hands. This is the incorrect form. This is the correct form. It'll be just a lot easier, man. So do it like that, please, please. Optional advice I did a lot of times, but then I tried to clean up the form a little bit. Nah, it's not really taken as a bad form, but it just looks a little bit worse. Despite that I've said that if you'll bench your arms, it will become a little bit of strength move, which is maybe true, but you will not really spend minutes in the bent arm position. Basically kick up into handstand, but bench your arms a little bit. You have to take in consideration if you are doing this stuff kick up, you have to kick up less. You will have to kick up less. I will show you. Straight arms. And this is the second version. But don't really spend minutes in the bent arm position because you will not be able to hold it really. Another advice, I wouldn't really advise people doing these types of kick-ups. This is most likely again just a preference, but I don't really like doing handstand like that, you know, jumping out of both legs. Maybe it's because I'm not really flexible and mobile. Okay, that's horrible, man. Oh my god, this is horrible. Never do it, man. What the hell, man? I'm handstanding for 7 years and I cannot even do it properly. Both of them. So this tells you something. Maybe it tells you only that I'm a dumbass, so that's possible also. But yeah, at least at the beginning, don't experiment with the types of kick-ups and just go for the golden standard normal kick-up. Thank me later. This is how you will learn a handstand. This is a correct order of exercises, of steps you have to take before you will actually even go and try to kick up into handstand, which many people do as a first step. What the hell? If you will follow these steps and you will master every single step, the success is kind of like guaranteed, man. You know, you cannot really like not learn it.